Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the VOD Squad. This is episode 145 on August 14th, 2019. I'm Clyde, and today I am joined by Matthew Ross.
Hey, guys.
Jimmy Trammell.
Good evening, all.
And Michael Aston.
Howdy, everybody.
How is everybody doing this week?
Better
Wonderful.
than last week.
Better than last week, definitely. Definitely better than last week.
What was wrong with last week? What happened? Did I miss something?
Oh, just the entire show. That didn't happen.
Okay.
Well, it happened, but not on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you check the channel, there was about 20 10-second clips.
I did check it out. I
Every
was
time
like,
the stream would die, and then it would come back.
so
Yeah.
the show, it's about 6 minutes long. I watch it, and they're just doing pre-show stuff, and I keep on watching. Like, I don't see what's going on. Obviously, I missed something. Must have been good.
Yeah, it was a great show. We had a really fun time, but we were unable to do any videos. So it was a chat session with our wonderful followers.
We went old school. Went radio.
Nice.
It was great to get to have a lot of direct interaction with the chat room, though. They were able to talk and give some feedback, and it was a really good discussion. That's why it took a little bit
we can
longer.
always have a lot of direct interaction with the chat room. Someone just has to actually watch the chat room.
Well, and typing is not quite as quick and efficient way to communicate. But
No, I mean, as long as you're not the one talking.
Yeah, that's true. There have been plenty of times would have been on this show and somebody and they're just yakking back and forth about something, and then I'm just watching the chat room and keeping things alive in there. So I always love the chat room. It's always lots of fun.
Absolutely. That's the whole
That's
reason we
right.
do it like this. Otherwise, if we didn't care about the chat or the people in the chat, we'd just do an audio thing and, you know.
Welcome to the VOD Squad, your quiet corner where we talk about everything streaming just for you and me, and nobody else in the world is going to pay any attention to this show. Hey, wait a second. Don't cut me off.
Yeah. Well, we should probably get into some news because, you know, that's kind of what we're here for.
Come on, you didn't want to do the ASMR Cup podcast? Okay. We're going to go ahead and talk about our friends at Disney and their new streaming service, Disney Plus. They also have ESPN Plus and Hulu, of course, they got when they purchased Fox. They've now got a majority stock in that. And they have been talking about maybe possibly doing a bundle. Guess what? They've given us a price. That price is going to be $12.99. That is exactly the same cost as the pretty much everybody's standard setting for the Netflix. So what does that mean? That means you're going to be getting a whole lot of content for the same for the same amount of money you pay for Netflix. This is a shot across the bow. I think they are gunning for as much as they can for what currently is a Netflix dominated zone.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a good move. I mean, if you're saying, hey, you get everything that you want, that you're probably going to pay for anywhere at a Netflix price. But as we talked about last week, this is ESPN Plus, right?
Right.
This is not what most people want from ESPN. And then also Hulu, it's the ad-supported Hulu.
That's true.
So,
but also, if you look at the prices, if you get Disney Plus and you get Hulu, you're already paying $12.99.
Yeah.
So you're getting ESPN Plus for free, basically, at that rate.
Yeah, and you know, if you paid a regular price for all three of these, it's right around $20. So you're saving a chunk of money, but For me, it makes absolutely no sense because I'm not giving up my commercial free on Hulu, and I don't want the ESPN.
Right.
So if I want Disney Plus, I'm going to get Disney Plus by itself.
Right.
Well, maybe they'll give you Hulu and just have you pay the difference for the ad free.
That's not an option. When they announced this, they specifically said that this bundle is the ad supported $5.99 Hulu.
Yeah, this
is the same reason I didn't get the free Hulu that was offered to me from Spotify.
This is an interesting bundle. I mean, I'm super on board for Disney Plus. I'm super excited about it. This story just made me want it more, and a little more frustrated that I have to wait like 2 or 3 more months. However, this is definitely a bundle that is set for the specific audience. And what they're really just hoping to do is capture people that wouldn't have had these other channels. And I mean, they're looking at the ad thing as a way to subsidize the revenue and make up for the fact that they're giving away ESPN Plus for free. So they get to keep the ad revenue. They get to claim way more viewers on their other 2 channels, and they get that for a small additional cost to your Disney Plus subscription that everybody and their dog is going to sign up for because they've got kids.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't saying that the bundle was a bad idea. This will be great for some people. I was just saying it doesn't make sense for me personally.
Yeah.
Right. If you ask me, this is an accounting thing, guys. You got you can figure out how to make it so you can offer the Hulu as part of the bundle without the ads, and just figure out the accounting to make that happen. It's not too hard. Add another bundle and call it Hulu Bundle Plus or something. I don't know. And because this is going to be a major backlash for all the people who hate ads.
The point is that they don't want to do that because they want the ad revenue. I mean, it makes sense if you're going to get the ad-free Hulu, which that will be me. Right now, I have ad-free Hulu. I will add Disney Plus, and I will be completely fine with that cost. I don't need a bundle to incentivize me. I don't need any discounts or anything. I'm not going to watch ads, period. And I'm definitely getting Disney Plus. So there's no reason to create a bundle. This is specifically an incentive to get some people that would otherwise hesitate to do more than one of the shows, more than just Disney Plus, to get on board, and they get to keep the ad revenue as well. This is a great deal for them, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited about it, and they're going to do it. And I don't think it probably doesn't make any sense from any perspective to offer a different bundle. People that want Hulu ad-free and Disney Plus are going to pay it.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm going to at least try the service, but I'm a little bit like Clyde because, I not only do I play for the Hulu ad-free, but I also have the Hulu Live, right? Which is even a higher tier.
Yep.
Right.
And you wouldn't get that. So
I mean, I'm going to try just to see the Disney Plus, and I might look at ESPN Plus maybe a little bit. But them bundling the Hulu adds no value at all for me, right? But the Disney Plus content, I definitely want at that. So I'm definitely going to try it and see. It's going to be quite questionable. How do I go forward after? Maybe I'll pay for a month or 2, right? To get the content, of course, right? But after that, what do I do, right? I'll have a tough decision to make after that.
Oh, I read Bad Weeb's chat backwards. So I thought he was saying he would gladly get Hulu with ads unless it comes with a Disney Plus bundle that he's out.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
That's what it kind of said.
No, he's saying, it's intended for people like him because there's no way in hell he'd get Hulu with ads unless it comes with the Disney Plus bundle. Yeah, just like the free version of Hulu that was being offered by Spotify or by Sprint or Verizon or whoever the hell it was that was giving it away. It was free, and you know, I would love to cut out some stuff from my budget and take advantage of a free service. Like I mean, I get free HBO, but I'm not giving up my ad free. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gonna be interesting how they do that, and maybe they'll change it over time. Maybe they'll, factor some of that in.
I can't.
But,
I can't think that they're not going to think for the big fix this before even launch. So we'll see.
We'll see. So here's what I think. I think this price, this $13 a month price, is a promotional rate, right? I think it's going to go up over time. And when that rate goes up, then I think they might also shift around the bundles a little bit. That's what I think, but we'll see.
What I understand, I can't remember where I heard this, but it's like Disney has got a big pot of money they're willing to spend to gain market share, and keep the prices low for many years before they update it. So
that's what
it's an
AT&T
tried
to do with DirecTV Now, and then that didn't work out so well.
Right.
They didn't even make it a year before they said, "Okay, fine, we have to raise the prices." But yeah, we'll see. November, it's coming close.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys. How long do you think it will be until Movie Pass finally dies? Because it's gonna happen. I think they finally hit that point where everybody's going to start hating them for one reason or another, especially since we've got this report of them doing something kind of not exactly kosher in order to reduce the amount of revenue they're having to spend. They've been ahead and changed passwords on users when they were finding themselves without enough money in order to keep giving people tickets to movies. There's a report of people who allegedly forced password changes on users in order to make it so to slow people down so they couldn't log into their app. And also, there has been information here that says that they've actually just popped up for some popular movies that there's just no more screenings available.
Well, okay, so the first one, I want to see proof of that. Where is that coming from? Because you get people that legitimately lock themselves out of the app, and then be like, "I didn't forget my password." Right. That's what I suspect. I've never had that problem. But the second one, that was something that they were very open about. Was like over a year ago, they said, "Hey, we're gonna start during high peak. You can't go to certain movies or whatever." That literally happened to me on Friday, and but I don't know if it's because I'm one of the few people whose MoviePass app is actually working again. Because my friend Haley, hers is not. It still has we're doing, we're improving it. Well, the worst part is it's back and it's the same app. It's still, but it's stuck. It's stuck with the same movies. Like I brought this up. It's stuck with the same thing that was there when it went down.
New and improved.
But I mean it worked. I'm able to use it, so that's all I care about. But no, I was angry because I had to pay full price to go see Scary Stories. Because she wanted to see it. And then what's that? Oh no, Haley, my friend Haley. Oh, that I keep mentioning has MoviePass. But and yeah, I went to go log in and it said no theaters except for the weird art house theater was the only one that had showtimes. But the app is kind of barely working, so I didn't know if it was a problem with the server or if the app stopped working again. I don't know, but yeah, I mean reading this story, yes, I agree that a lot of things changed when the new dude took over. Yes, that dude, I've never really got good vibes, Mitch Lowe, from him. So, when the allegations that, of the things that he said about users, I kind of, I want to probably believe that happened, but I don't know. I don't know what to think.
I also heard a report somewhere that the number of subscribers to MoviePass is actually much lower than it used to be. It's a very low number. I didn't have it in this story here about how few subscribers they have left. But I'm seriously thinking, maybe I'm the only one here thinking it, but I think that by the end of this year, MoviePass will be closing its doors. I think that they are getting close to be done. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. All I know is, but also I can't. I really want to see them survive.
Yeah,
but I've got ulterior motives because I own over 3,000 shares of their stock.
Oh, really?
Of course, I bought them at a fraction of a penny. I think I paid like a total of like not even $20 for several months ago. Because even the slightest uptick, if they hit $1,
yeah, you're making good money.
I'm going to make good money. So I'm always going to be rooting for them. I'm actually surprised that they're still trading on the stock market, because when they fell over, like this time last year, when they fell below $1, they were going to be taken off the stock market, off the exchange. But somehow they're still there trading at fraction of a cent.
You'd think one of the movie companies, or theater companies would buy them, all right?
No, I think they would just. I mean, at this point, they could do the same thing for themselves at their own apps. There's nothing that they have that nobody else has.
And also, MoviePass is not a name that you want to align with.
Right. If they had, I mean, maybe at the beginning it had a name you might want to have in the name, but it's kind of gotten this negative connotation now. So it wouldn't be the kind of thing you might want to.
I mean, that's like saying that that another thing that people like should buy Facebook. Yeah,
well, I mean,
that's a lot. You're
Apple
bringing in a lot of bad will.
Is that what you're saying? Apple should buy Facebook.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there is the side of things. The market cap for the company that owns it is like 3.6 million right now, right? So just the fully functional hardware and software that they have, totally rebrand, totally skin it, make it look different, but still keep the core infrastructure in place, is probably worth that. So, I mean, that's a decent point, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, just for the operations of, because the idea, I mean, the concept was good. Right?
Yeah, I mean, well, even for say Cinemark has a movie club now, right?
Oh, everybody does.
You could use MoviePass just for your chain's club. Alamo could buy them and use that, and that would be a good price.
Well,
it would cost them more than that to build it from scratch.
MoviePass has so much debt. You would be buying that debt.
That's the other side of it.
See,
how much is that debt worth?
So what you do
let
if
them
you
go bankrupt and then buy them.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you just say, hey, you're losing a bunch of money here. You need any kind of money you can get. We want to buy the name MoviePass from you, and you can just call yourself something else. We'll just take your name.
But again,
well, the name is what's toxic, right? It's the software.
Maybe.
And
I wouldn't buy the name.
You're saying the IP. The IP is valuable, yes.
Yeah.
And but it's the name that has will always have a stigma attached to it. No matter how good it is, will always be remembered as, that service that is constant. Nobody understands why they're still not closed.
Well, they somehow make it into the stories of our show every week. I don't know how.
Partly because I'm still a MoviePass subscriber.
That's part of it. Absolutely.
And
apparently investor. So
yeah.
Woohoo!
Whoa! Hey!
What is going on with your video, sir?
No, it's not. It's this.
You have a lamp going nuts?
No, it's these LEDs. Hold on.
Oh no, LEDs. Well, why don't I go ahead and move on to the next story?
All right.
Disco Clyde.
Yeah. So there's this streaming service. You may have heard of it called Mixer. I really don't know anything much about it, but apparently it's becoming actually kind of a big deal suddenly because a certain streamer named Ninja has moved over to it. Ninja is a very popular streamer for doing Fortnite and other video games, and he quite a big story when he was made an announcement that he is moving from Twitch, where he was basically one of the most popular streamers on there, to the Microsoft-based platform. Since it's been a little bit of while, he's already reached 1 million subscribers on the new service, which is pretty impressive for that. But basically, if they spent a decent amount of money on getting him over there, it might have been worth it at this rate.
$50 million. Whew. I mean, I would move for, 100th of that. Just saying.
Hey, Microsoft, you want us to move from Twitch to Mixer?
I'll do it. We'll
Patreon.com/the VOD Squad.
$500,000. That's all. I'm declaring it right now.
As we talked about last week, I mean, we already have an account over there. I mean, we set it up when it was whatever it was before. Blender,
or something. I think it was Blender.
No, it was I don't remember. Blender is a editing tool. But yeah. So I mean, yes, we already have an account. But they're not. Their Mixer is gaming only. So
man,
and they are Microsoft only, like, platforms. So
I think I can stream it from Linux box using OBS.
Well, stream to it.
Yeah,
but
diversification is the name of the game. They need a VOD squad.
Yep. That's right.
Streaming coverage on their system, and we are here and ready to completely commit to moving.
Yeah, but as I was saying, once they're willing to throw off the shackles of their own platform and open up the gates to other media forms, absolutely, give us a call.
Yeah. So okay, on a somewhat more serious note, but still, only sort of serious. What the heck is up with Ninja? Like, I guess I've never really watched him. I don't understand. What is it that sets him apart that he's so valuable? Is he like the best gamer in the world? Is he funny? What is it?
He's a ninja. The only thing that could stand up to him is a pirate. But is there a streamer named Pirate?
I don't know. There's got to be.
Uncontested. There's your answer.
He's a kid with blue hair.
So I do not know with any authority, because I've never seen a Ninja stream. I've never spent any time. But what I understand is that he is very good at Fortnite, and he is also, for the most part, family friendly. So kids love to watch him, and the parents don't mind him so bad. And he's got cool blue hair, so the kids are absolutely loving him.
Okay, I'm gonna have blue hair next week, and I'll stop being so vulgar.
Exactly.
Family friendly and blue hair and 3/4 of the way there.
Oof.
Oh, W. Scottus1 says he played with Drake. That sounds kinky. And he has mainstream attention compared to all the others. But he is a good player of Fortnite. So
okay. All right.
But as we established last week, Twitch now has a ninja-sized hole, which W. Scottus, you need to step up your game and fill it.
That's right. Because, Twitch got in trouble this week because they filled it with some inappropriate footage. Did you hear about that?
No.
So apparently Twitch was taking the landing page, which was for Ninja, so you would be able to watch whatever. And normally it would be streaming some other streamer. But instead they were doing some kind of like content of their, letting some people get on that spot for short periods of time because it was a very popular spot still. And some pornography got on there. At which point, Ninja actually called out Twitch and their owners and said, "No, that isn't." He was basically very upfront with them and said that basically sullies his name, even though he's not there because they're using his name for the landing there. And since then, Twitch has apologized. So, yeah. Get on there, WScotus1. Keep it clean.
Cruz said,
And get blue hair.
Some holes.
Ooh. Yeah, somebody played the algorithm and they got the best / worst stuff.
Yep.
On that stuff.
See, and I've never trusted algorithms because I don't believe that Al Gore had a very good rhythm. So why is everybody following his rhythm?
Also,
because he invented the internet, so
he's way too monotone too. So he can't sing, and he's got no rhythm. This guy should not be.
Listen to the way he says "man, bear, pig." He can't even. There's no rhythm. I would never follow the Al Gore rhythm. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a story here about OnePlus. OnePlus, that plucky little company that's trying to make really good electronics for a reasonable price, has come up and said, we're making a brand new TV. They haven't given us any information. Basically, this is not very much of a story other than they've come up with a logo, and hopefully they will have more information soon. It's really kind of sad that this is the kind of story we got this week because... But it's interesting. Would you want a TV for OnePlus? Do you think
why not? I mean, competition is good. TCL is starting to do like Hisense did and move up. And now that they've become a name that people recognize and trust, their prices are going up. And, as well as they're putting out higher quality, more premium stuff. We need someone to fill. And OnePlus will probably be that bargain basement good TV, depending on what the quality is. They're talking about putting out models ranging between 43 and 75 inches. So, and they run Android TV.
Right, I was about to say this will likely be an Android TV and probably a pretty good representation of Android TV on the TV. So other than, I believe, Sony, maybe a couple others, but Sony's probably the big name that runs Android TV. This would be another big name to enter the field and possibly at a very inexpensive price. So that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, to me, I think they need to have either a killer app or a killer service or something to go along with it. Just that by itself.
To go along with the TV?
Yes.
Well, generally, OnePlus would almost...
It's going to be a smart TV with Android TV.
Well, it doesn't have to... You don't have to... But the smart part isn't what matters. It's, the TV itself, because you can plug anything you want into it.
Right.
Of course. But why would you buy them over everybody else?
Well, because OnePlus has been traditionally the company who looks at they're out there at the other big companies and what they're doing and figures out a way of doing the same thing for a lot less expensive. For example, their OnePlus 3, I think, version of their phones
are great.
I know the phones. Basically, they decided we're going to use the exact same screen that Apple was using at the time. So if you said you love that Apple screen, buy our phone, it's half the price. And it was really nice.
So you can go to Best Buy right now and buy a 4K television for $250. So they're going to sell TVs for $125.
Well, I know, but let's say that you really like that LG because it's a beautiful screen. And wouldn't you like to be able to buy somebody who could source the exact same screen, wrap it in their own pixels, in their own bezel, and sell to you for about half the price? That's what I'm saying. Is they go out and they find the really good stuff.
Okay. Well,
it's the difference
if they can find a way to do that, okay, good on them. But it's got to be something like that. Just to go out here and do a race to the bottom that's already pretty low anyway.
Well, no, the bottom keeps raising though.
Yeah, and they're not matching the price. They're not trying to get half of the lowest price below the lowest price. They're falling in price wise at the upper middle, like the lower middle upper bottom range, but they're producing top end quality products or very close to it. So it's kind of like Vizio did early on, right? Like Vizio used to be noticeably less expensive than Samsung, but they tried to get close. Well, this is a little different because they actually get pretty much all the way there from a quality perspective. Look and feel will likely be very close to the top brands, and the price will be noticeably less expensive. So
yeah, and also, I mean, I had forgotten that Jimmy probably wasn't familiar with the OnePlus brand. OnePlus has been making waves in the Android community for a couple of years.
I know who they are. I know who the phone maker is, but I mean, it's like, oh, we're going to make the same thing everybody else does, but sell it for half the price. That just doesn't sound like a good business plan to me. Well,
I mean, I think it absolutely does, because LG, let's say we'll use LG. If they're going to build an LG clone using the same exact parts, you know, it costs LG what, $20 to make that TV, or let's say $100 to make that TV, and then they sell it for $600. Whereas they can buy it at the same cost, same $100, and even if they only make $50, it's okay, because, you know, if they can get the volume, right? But they don't need the as much of a markup.
They cut corners where it makes sense. They get the good products where they can get them on good deals. They're basically being very choosy and trying to make their market work best for them and the consumer. And they've come out with fewer products, but generally pretty good ones. And sometimes they come out with a product that's like, everybody else is doing the same thing now, so it's all right. But that first couple iterations of the OnePlus that came out was a very compelling option for a lot of people. It was just the problem was at first was like, do I know this brand? But after a few iterations.
Do you guys know somebody owns a OnePlus phone?
I personally do not.
I did.
But
and my question would be, how good was the support on that phone?
I've never asked for support on any phone.
That's true.
I have Apple phones.
But I mean, what if you drop it and crack the screen? You're not going to want support on that?
Probably get the same support I got for a lot of different companies and have to send it in and get a replacement.
Yeah.
I got a crack on the back. Oh, well, who cares?
So I mean, there definitely will be distinguishing features from the companies to each other. Like, you know, with my Samsung, when I dropped it and broke the screen, fortunately, I was at CES about 2 weeks later, and they replaced the screen for free.
Nice.
Now, that's not normal, because this next year, it was broken, but only on the back. But so I wasn't terribly concerned about it. But they were not at CES this last year, and they didn't replace.
But the point is, you know, to Clyde's point that we're just going to cut it in half. Well, okay, but they got to make up that cost somewhere, meaning that they'll ditch support or something like that to make up for it.
A little bit, but Clyde's point is important, because, you know, what he said is the volume, right? So they make way less money, but they sell way more, because remember, they're not focused on the American market only,
and in fact, such a smaller company that they don't need to make the same margins. They can be as profitable as a big company, you know, because they have less overhead, they have less employees, they have less cost. Which is the other thing that, you know, if you like, let's say the LG that we're comparing to, they've got what, 1 million employees that have to be paid, you know, out of the profits.
Yeah,
and
but
you
if you're gonna,
that.
but if you set up your business model to outsell everybody, how are you going to account for the logistics to push out that volume?
They're using the same factories as everybody else.
Party. So that's the one of the tricks is, you know, I mean, they have 776 employees on 1.4 billion in revenue. So they have, their margins are probably razor thin, but when you look at the number of people that they use, they outsource everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not doing the logistics and stuff like that. They have a logistics manager or two that are managing that, but they're drop shipping, they're using other companies, they're shipping directly from warehouses and stuff. They're just taking advantage of technology to reduce the margins, and also taking advantage of probably two other things, right? One is the fact that they don't have legacy costs. They don't have the manufacturing, the facility costs. And two, they're in China. They're a Chinese company. So they probably have other ways that they can take advantage of the system to reduce those kinds of expenses and get by.
The perfect
I guess they can have the kids make them, huh? That'll cut costs, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
the perfect comparison would be there's a guitarist, Ola England. He's pretty famous in the metal community. A couple years ago, he decided, you know what? I want to make my own. I want my own guitar company. So what he did was he went out and he talked to the factories that make all the other big names and said, hey, you want to make some guitars for me? My own designs. And within a year, he was up and running and making tons of money, making amazing guitars, because it's the same factory that pumps out the Washburns and the Ibanez and everything else that's comparable to what he's competing against. And same parts, same factory, same skill, same quality, and
just get a kid workforce and cut the cost in half.
Half the size of. If the person's half as tall, you got to pay them half as much, and then you make.
You laugh, but you're assembling all those little tiny parts. You need really little hands.
Hey, that's
Sony.
That's why they used to use children to mine coal, because then, as an adult, you're hunched over trying to get through those tunnels, and the kids just walk.
Hey, but they make a good quality phone. I'm sure they'll make a good quality TV as well. There's just a lot of competition out there, and
competition is good. Always good, because not only does it drive the prices down, but it also drives technology forward, because everybody's trying to find the next thing to capture that elusive dollar.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sony, because we'll see. Sony, because Caucasians are just too damn tall. It's a quote from a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I just gave a link to it in there. The cute little commercial the movie put in there. It's really funny. So there's a little company called TVS and another little company called Viacom.
Never heard of them.
They've been working, I think they actually might have been the same company at one time, and they split off.
And then, they joined. Then they split.
Okay.
Then they're joining again.
Yeah. So they've decided to come back together, and they are now going to become Viacom CBS in a big merger deal worth $30 billion. So get ready for a new streaming services that may be coming out of this giant conglomeration of various channels. Viacom, of course, owns things like Nickelodeon and BT and a couple of those other really popular shows, the Comedy Central, things like that. And CBS is pretty much just CBS and Showtime, I believe. So this is going to be a gigantic company. Probably, if you ask me, a good move on CBS's part to join in with Viacom to be part of that.
They realized, so they split back in 2006, so just over 10 years, so 13 years ago was when they split, because they wanted to diversify. And they did that right as everything was kind of starting to bottom out, and realized that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And so, Yeah.
But this is a big merger. This is a gigantic merger, and we have a related story about the fact that right after that announcement, they're already making plans to, as soon as the merger is approved, to put CBS programming directly on Pluto TV. So some of those older shows that you used to love is going to be available for you to watch your shows on Pluto.
And if
Pluto
you did,
was purchased by Viacom.
Yep. If you didn't remember, Pluto purchased Viacom within the last year. So
Yeah, like a couple months ago,
Mhm.
not that long ago. So you'd already been starting to see some Viacom, older Viacom stuff show up onto those channels, the free streaming service. So this is the perfect back channel thing. I mean, now there's a great free service with lots of your old shows on there. So it's good stuff.
yeah. Well, what else is going on with CBS?
That was it.
Nothing? Nothing else is coming? Okay. I just figured maybe there was a third story.
Did I miss one?
No.
Nope. Two stories is not enough. Well, how about a story about about a new streaming service that's coming out? One that I think is just perfect for grandmas. It's a new
is it Cranky or Cranks or like, I don't know. Freaky TV?
It's called Friendly. Friendly. Because of course they have to take it.
Friendly.
Friendly.
That is
It's friendly without all the without all the vowels. Friendly is a streaming service that has shows like the Hallmark Channel and the Weather Channel and other cute little episodes and things you'd be watching, like, I don't know, the Outdoor Channel or QVC or Baby First. You know, it just really feels like the kind of thing you're at a game show network. Yeah, that's really important. Game show networks on this. For $5.99, you can stream these channels that I know your grandma will be loving to watch as much as they want.
So if this is, I mean, the programming does seem aimed at the older generation.
Yes, it does.
But removing the vowels from letters or from words is not something that I would ever have accused my grandparents or my parents of doing.
Friendly.
Yeah, I tend to agree there, Clyde. I mean, you know, if you're aiming
name.
for the the older market, that demographic, why would you take the vowels out of the naming?
I don't know that they actually are aiming at that demographic. It just seems that way from the programming, because
free Hallmark channels, game shows, outdoor,
I don't see I don't see W. Scottus One rushing out to sign up for this.
I don't know. You said he wants it just for Game Show Network.
Oh,
if
okay,
you added Fox
maybe
News,
I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong.
If you added Fox News to this channel, it would be the perfect package for my in-laws. They watch Game Show Network, so they can watch reruns of game shows. Mm-hmm. They watch. I don't know if my mother-in-law watches the Hallmark Channel, but I bet she does. The Weather Channel, of course. My father-in-law would be super stoked about the Fishing Channel because that's the thing he likes. So
is that the one where you just have fish on your screen all day?
That's all it needs to have. Like, I don't know anything else about it.
Like when my Roku goes to sleep and it's a fish tank.
Yeah.
So I'm not familiar with light TV. What is light TV?
I don't know.
It's got really light content. So.
And Baby First
it's
is
not that Scientology channel that Roku was trying to sell me?
No. Looking into
I was thinking light TV. Tastes great, less filling.
Something like that.
QVC, so they can shop without having to go out of the house. And Baby First, so that the grandkids have something to watch when they come. I mean, this is totally perfect for old people. Though I do agree that the name is questionable for them.
Light TV is a new free broadcasting network featuring family-friendly programming, including movies, series, and short film content. Light TV is your destination for positive, wholesome entertainment.
Okay.
Light
Everybody's
TV,
been freaking out, losing their collective minds over HBO Max. That's a word that you can spell and pronounce. Don't even take this to your parents and say, "Hey, what is this? What does this say?"
They're going to say friendly. They're going to say that.
I think this is terrible.
Well, they're going to say, "Ooh, I want to watch this because it's got QVC." You know, did you know that QVC on most of traditional television networks actually pays that television network money in order to be on?
Oh yeah.
It's not the other way around where you're like, oh, for us to carry this channel, we have to pay this fee to give so we can send it out for our viewers. No, QVC is the opposite. Oh, we pick up QVC and these other shopping channels because they pay us so we can put them on there, which is why some of those cheapest tiers, half of the channels are, and
it makes sense because QVC is just one big advertisement.
Exactly, and you can buy these jewels right
24/7 advertisement, and as Big Voice Jay points out, QVC is making money hand over fist. What little they pay to be carried, I don't think even puts a dent.
Right. I'm sure it doesn't. But every single streaming service out there probably picks up those shopping networks because it basically means it's easier for them to pick up other networks. And it just means it's something that most people ignore, but the people who watch it and love it, and then they make money off of it. It's great. The one channel on here I don't know is Pixel. I'm going to look up that one right now.
You should look up Pixel on your Pixel.
Oh, okay.
Well, while you're doing that, I think we should take a minute to thank the patrons that keep us here every week. You know, as we decided a couple weeks ago, we may not be a good investment, but we're better than a bad investment.
Yes, we are.
So that money that you were going to take to invest in MoviePass. Don't do that. You know that surefire stock that you were gonna, don't do it.
I would like to take this moment to inform everybody that we are not stockbrokers, and you should not take any of our advice on buying it.
Absolutely not.
Thanks. No, don't do that. We're not.
Like I said, we are not a good investment.
You totally should invest some of your money, if you like us, into our Patreon.
Patreon.com. If you're gonna throw it away anyway, chances are you may never even get charged. If we're not posting audio, there's no creations, so what's there to lose? And that's all. Thanks guys.
Okay.
For being patrons.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
We should check in with Big Voice Jay.
Totally.
He rushed to get this ready for us, and we appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Welcome to your Movie Draft Minute, presented by DiamondClub.tv for the week of August 12, 2019. I'm your host, Big Voice Jay. Pro tip, you can borrow any movie from Rick Astley's Pixar collection, except one. He's never going to give you up. Let's go to the scoreboard. Team Game Night's in last place with $211.8 million. Team The Bud Squad's in fifth place with $482.8 million. Team Have a Drink is in fourth place with $775.6 million. Team Drunk Kids Gaming is in third place with $952.4 million. Team Retro Misery is in second place with $1,015.4 million. And in first place with $1,258.2 million, it's Team Movie Party. Well, that's your Stream Team Movie Draft Minute. All totals are record as of August 14th, 2019.
Hey, Ritual Misery broke $1 billion. Good job.
Now, I seriously hope DKG can find another $50 million in the couch cushions, because this is the first year that anybody's got, or that two teams have gotten over $1 billion.
Yeah.
We also need to make it the year that just go all in.
So we just needed another almost 17 million to get to $500 million.
Yeah, I'm all for it. We could probably do that. I think we got that in our tank, no problem. But so here's how movies money tends to work. Every week, it tends to about half amount of money as it got the previous week before. So the first week of The Lion King, which is one for that Drunk Kids Gaming has, made 191 million. Then it went down to 76 million, then to 38 million. And as of right now, this last week, it's made about 20 million. So if it next week is 10 and the week after that is, I mean, it's going to be close. They might have enough. So that's that first weekend, basically, that curve generally holds out. Almost in all the movies I've looked at, that's an interesting thing I've seen. You can almost always see. There are movies that actually break that trend one way or the other. But usually, whatever makes the first weekend, have that for the second weekend, have that again, and keep on having it every week after that. So,
yep. But we are nearing ever closer to it.
To what?
It, the most important movie.
What is it?
Movie.
It.
What about it?
Just it.
Okay. Who's on first?
Third base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I got nothing to say. I kind of want to get to the rants and raves.
So you're gonna probably. The question is for you: are you gonna break 1.5 billion? I think you might, but it's still up for question. But if you have an option,
I need
it's
basically 250.
Right.
And I'm pretty confident that in the 4-week run, I'm gonna get at least 250.
Okay.
I've been pretty spot on with my predictions this summer,
True.
and I'm thinking this is gonna do closer to 300 in those 4 weeks.
In comparison, we've basically been spot off on all of our predictions. So.
Well, we figured out at the beginning of the show because Jimmy was basing his predictions on international as well.
It's just domestic, just so you know. Just domestic. Sorry.
No Lowenbrow, just Budweiser.
Good to know. Of course, I was drinking wine when I was bidding, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Now you tell us.
Blame it on the wine. So is that why Scotch Bros lose the main league every time they play? Because they're too busy drinking scotch? Cargill and yeah.
But we did do better this time than we did last time.
Yes.
Right? We didn't even break 400 million last time.
Yep. When you guys create your MVP trophy, make sure you give it to Fitz.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we should mosey on over to some rants and raves. I heard that swallow.
Yeah, sorry.
It's what I brought from having a really good mic.
Who wants to go? Rants, raves, nothing?
I'll talk about what I'm watching. So me and my wife, I was looking through Netflix, and we found this show called Murderous Affairs on Netflix. I think it's new to Netflix. I don't know if it's really all that new of a show.
Okay.
But so it's a crime series, is what it is, and and one thing I like about it is each episode is not all that long. It's only like maybe 30 minutes, right? As long as each episode is, and each episode has it'll have 2 crimes, right? And it'll be where, it was somebody that was either in a relationship or they were married, or they were exes or something like that. And one ends up killing the other. So, but they, it's a crime show, right? And they've got the analysts on there that, read through the case and analyzed the case, and they comment on it, and all this kind of thing. Netflix has a lot of those crime type shows now, and me and my wife, I guess we're just kind of suckers for that, that kind of thing. It's just kind of interesting to watch. But if you like crime shows and all, I think we're about maybe 10 episodes into it, something like that. And if you want something an episode that doesn't last all that long, like a half hour or less, right? Then I'd say check it out.
All right. I am watching reality shows. This is the way I do it in the summer. So You Think You Can Dance and American Ninja Warrior. I don't know if they're sort of reality shows. They're not like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or that kind of garbage, but that's sorry, just offended everybody in the chat room and on the show, but
you offended all the lady in the chat room.
Totally.
Little lady. Anyways, I don't enjoy that kind of stuff, but I do really like watching people do amazing stuff, and that's what I get out of both of those shows. So really enjoying them. About halfway through the seasons on each of them. That's me for the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Well, so a couple things. Been watching. What?
Oh. He pissed off all of the lady in the chat.
Okay. So for me, it's we finally finished Stranger Things. It's interesting. We were watching Stranger Things, getting through the season 3. We stopped season 3 and it was at a point where like, oh man, it kind of like got good, but we need to take a break, and we kind of like got away from it for a while. And we finally came back and let's see how many episodes we had left. We had the last episode left to do. So we watched the last episode, which was awesome. So it was. I did totally enjoy it, very much so. But then we've been watching Star Trek Discovery, which still in season 1. There's parts I like, and there's parts I'm really kind of feeling I wish were different. It's very different than.
You're still in season 1, right?
I'm still in season 1.
First half or the second half?
We're just getting into the second half.
Okay.
So certain fun things are just beginning to happen in some other ideas. Okay. But yeah, so it feels really weird and I understand it's supposed to get more normal as it goes along. So I'm hoping it does. And the last thing is because we were just kind of poking around and looking at things we want to watch, and my wife really likes military dramas, she just said, I never watched JAG. So she started watching JAG. Oh my God, that show was so cheesy. It's bad. Especially the early episodes. I understand it got better, but there's like 11 or 12 seasons of that. I don't think I could watch it. I don't think I could watch all of it.
Let me just point something out. And this is the thing my dad gets mad at me. JAG stands for Judge Advocate General.
Yes.
They're lawyers.
They're not
have
generals.
Guns. They don't have legal power. They're lawyers. That's it. They will not be chasing anybody down the street in their car. They're lawyers. JAG is lawyers.
Yeah, so my question for those who know, and because I don't know, I'm guessing there is a general in JAG, so there must be a general. But they're not all generals, so why are they called JAG?
No. It's like general duty.
Okay.
So
okay.
They're judge advocates general.
Okay. General.
So yeah, but I mean, if I recall correctly, the show really didn't have those action elements. I mean, like I don't remember a lot of it.
I just saw a guy jump out of.
I saw did. And
I just saw a guy jump out of a helicopter in Vietnam or something like that and save a guy's life. And
right,
but yeah,
well, I mean,
but that's
yes. But.
Yeah, so there were certain elements of action. I mean, you saw stuff related to the crimes and stuff like that too. But I mean, the main characters of the show predominantly just did investigation. They were building the case. they weren't doing chasing down criminals. They weren't arresting people. They were just building their case so that they could understand how to apply the law.
Yeah, so after watching the one and only seasons of The Code, like I mentioned last time, which is also the lawyers kind of thing, it's so much better than at least the first couple seasons of this. So if you want one good season of it, I would recommend watching The Code. It's pretty good. So. That's it for me. That is it for me. It's been lots of work because guess what? School is starting, so I'm gonna do lots of fun things like reimage classrooms and labs and install stuff and woohoo, get students ready. Boy, this is the best part of my day is dealing with Centrino drivers in Windows 10.
I have not heard the name Centrino in like a decade.
Well, that's because my laptops are pretty much a decade old.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Mike, you got something?
You already got me.
I already did it.
Oh, yeah, you did. Never mind.
I
I was so excited about my pick.
All of the women in the chat room.
That's right. I'm sorry. I was so excited about my pick because I went to see something. It was payback for my friend Haley making me see the scary stories to tell in the dark.
You made her go see something really scary, right?
We went to see the most terrifying thing.
You went dark.
We did. We saw Dora and the City of Gold. And it is the greatest movie I have seen all year. It is amazing. And she Hail to the Chief, back me up. Was that not a great movie?
So it's Dora, live action
Yes.
Dora?
So
I haven't even seen a commercial for this.
No, it's like, this summer I saw a trailer. And when the trailer started, I said, they're doing a live action Dora. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. By the time I got to the end of the trailer, I was like, I think I want to see that. And I went into it thinking, okay, this is going to be fun. So it was awesome. It was very funny. They did some really cool things. She didn't want to be there. She did not want to see it. And right in the chat.
Truth. Enjoyed every second. Beautiful.
So I don't think I know this story.
Okay,
is this something?
Have you ever heard of Dora the Explorer? It was a cartoon for little kids.
It's
about
still a
this
cartoon
little
for
girl,
little
or
kids.
it's still going. It's this little girl who basically runs around the jungle unsupervised with her magic map.
Monkey.
And her friend, it's a monkey that wears boots. So you take the Dora that people know.
So she's in the jungle. So it's like Jungle Book, but with a girl.
No,
it's an educational show on
It's an
TVS.
educational show about.
It's not specifically in the jungle. It's anywhere.
Yeah.
She travels all over the world.
Primarily,
it's like
primarily the jungles of South America because Hispanic.
Okay.
But so this story, it starts out when she's young with her cousin Diego, and then it fast forwards to she's in high school. So she gets sent to LA to go live with her family. So this kid from the jungle is now in the big city in LA at high school. And it was awesome. It was, I can't even do it justice. It was awesome. And definitely it's suitable for all ages.
So is this an animated movie?
No, it's live action. It's a live action adaptation, which is why I thought it was going to be terrible.
So cartoon come to real life is what it is.
They did a real life adaptation for this story, and if it may not be as enjoyable if you don't have at least a little bit of Dora knowledge about what or who Dora is, but you don't need a lot. And there are some gags. There's some gags that are callbacks to the show that were just
So it is an entertaining movie then.
Oh, it was very good.
Okay.
And Michael Pena
Right.
plays her dad. He was great.
The baseball player?
No. The dude from Ant-Man, the sidekick.
Yep.
That's Michael Pena, right? Did I get the name right? I know it's a Pena. And then what's her face? Eva Longoria is her mom. And then
okay.
it's great. It's absolutely great.
Okay.
Definitely go see it.
All right. Well, I won't go see it, but when it comes out, yeah, I'll watch it.
I might watch this with my son. Who knows?
It definitely it's.
It's
your
funny.
son to see it. Take your son
Worth
to see
fun.
it. I
It's fun,
might
yeah.
actually go see it again this weekend, just so I can make my kids see it.
All right.
But
Wow.
Was that movie in our movie draft?
Nope.
it should have been. I think it's gonna make some really good money once word gets out. It's a it's a Nickelodeon production.
It has
and-
already made $22 million. So
Yeah, in a couple days. Not far off from Hobbs and Shaw. So.
No, it's only been out for 1 week, and it only made $17 million on the first week. So Hobbs and Shaw's already made.
That's more than First Man made all
True.
season.
Man.
So Dora's
Right.
already better than Neil Armstrong.
One explored the jungle. One went to the moon.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that will wrap up this show. Thanks everybody for hanging out and bearing with us at the beginning as we were getting things set up. Oh, somebody needs to pour Matt a new drink. We will be back next week, 9 p.m. Central, as usual. If you're somehow watching this after the fact and you were unaware that we do this live, you should join us. You get to participate in the chat and be unruly or helpful. It's up to you. It's lots of fun. You also get to submit titles. So everybody stick around for the post show. Head on over to tvs.showbot.tv. If someone wants to hit that bang remind. The link will be in the chat. Go vote for the stuff that you like.
Absolutely.
And just a reminder, this Saturday is the August movie party. We will be revisiting the most infamous movie we have ever watched as a group, The Greasy Strangler, and we will be joined by the star, Sky Alabar.
Ooh,
And
nice.
Possibly, and I don't know. There's a chance Jim, what's his face, the director, I can't think of his name, might pop in, but he's on London time, so that's pretty unlikely. He'd have to get up at like 6 a.m. to participate in our chicanery.
Your hijinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be worth it.
Movie party. A
so-
good time wasted.
It's gonna be awesome. 10 p.m. Central. I hope we gave Jade enough time. I think. I don't remember. We talked about it last week, but yeah. Okay, everybody. Thank you. I'm gonna end this.
All right.
Stick around
thank
for
you.
post show. And we're gonna do a outro solid.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh.